What's good, people? It's your boy Les, and welcome back to the channel. And today we got a pretty interesting video, man, about a woman claiming that a pastor tried to sleep with her. But before we jump into this video, I ask if you would just do me a favor, and if you did that, I appreciate you. Now let's get it.
My pastor tried to sleep with me. I do have to give you a backstory so you can understand the severity of this situation. This did not happen at my current church. This happened maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. For obvious reasons, I couldn't speak about it then. It's too fresh, and I honestly was going to keep it to myself outside of anybody else that went to the church from finding out, especially his children. His wife is my mother's cousin. What does that make us? Cousins, I guess? Cousin-in-laws? I don't know. But he was family. I don't just mean like a mere relative. Like, this is someone who we went to the beach with, we would go out to eat with. His children were super close to me and my siblings. We were heavily in the church. So we saw him and his family all the time. So to dive a little deeper, my mom is a minister. So outside of whenever he would preach, let's say he had to go preach at another church, or maybe was out of town or was sick, that's when my mother would step in and she would preach in his place. We grew up in the church probably like 5 to 6 days a week, from choir rehearsal to praise dance to Bible study to church outside the walls. We even did Bible study outside of church, and she like planted a very deep, heavy seed of faith into me and my siblings, her and my father. And I obviously thank God for that, because that is one of the main reasons why I was able to develop a real relationship with Jesus now. Suddenly, one day, we just up and left the church. This pastor met me when I was like 7, 8 years old.
Let me stop it right quick, man. This sounds like it's about to get pretty interesting, man. And from the looks of it, man, from the sound of it, sound like somebody that was, she said buddy was like, this pastor was like a family to her. Sound like somebody that was too close for comfort, if you ask me. And I don't know, guys, first time hearing this story, guys. Let us dive in. Go ahead and let her talk some more. But if you're liking this content, guys, go ahead and give this video a like, guys, because you'll be helping your boy, man. All right, let's get it.
So he's known me since I was a little girl. He baptized me. Him and my father were at one point sort of kind of like best friends. So I had to explain that part so you can see how sick he is. If there's anybody watching this video that knows me in real life and grew up with me, obviously you know what pastor that I'm talking about. I don't know how far this video is going to get. I don't know if this video is going to get a lot of views. I don't know. But in the event that it does, I'm not sorry for saying any of this at all. I do apologize to his children, because I know that this is probably the first time that you're hearing about this. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah, she should go ahead and call buddy out, man. That's the thing, man. You right here, if somebody have done you wrong, and you just gotta come out, let it be known. Call them out by name. You feel me?
Obviously, or put any pictures or anything like that. Let's continue. Now that you have the backstory, again, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. At the time this happened, I was like 20 years old, and I'm 25 now. This was around the time where OF was getting really popular. It wasn't exactly popular yet for what it's known for, but it was around that time where it was getting there. When it comes to certain situations, I look at things for what they are and not what they are portrayed to be. Looking on there, of course, OF doesn't promote itself as that type of app. So when I made it, this was around the time I was heavily chasing my music career. If you know me, you know I used to rap and sing and all of that stuff, and I was heavily trying to pursue being a rapper and a singer. I was deep into my music career, like really trying to thrive and make a living off of it. When I saw OF, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a perfect outlet to put all of my behind the scenes content on here, exclusive music videos, photo shoots, never before seen photos or unedited photos from my photo shoots. I had this whole big plan to put all of that stuff that I didn't normally share with my supporters or my Instagram followers on theirs. That is what I was using OF for.
Hey, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, guys. Y'all go ahead and let me know, man, if y'all believe and if y'all buying this with this, with this, what her name, Shantaeyon. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I don't know if you guys buying it, but somewhat can be what believable, man. Because I know in the beginning, OF was, like I've heard people was showing their toes and getting paid for it. People was, showing their nails, without showing their faces. But then that's when OF, after that's when OF just went, turned into, corn hub. You feel me? But let me know, guys, if you guys believe what this broad's saying, man, because I don't know, allegedly could be true. We don't know, because, on TikTok, there's some things, a lot of time people be capping, bruh. So let me know, man, if you guys, what y'all take on it. Run the comments up for your boy, all right?
I promise you, that was it, and that was all. So on my Facebook, only my family is on there. There may be a few of my friends or associates or people I went to high school with, but for the most part, it was only like family members. I posted the OF link on there, and I specifically put in the caption what was on there. So just thinking about that, even if I was doing that type of OF content, why on God's green earth would I post it on Facebook for my entire family to see? If I was doing that type of content, obviously I'm not gonna put it on Facebook. I get this Facebook message from my pastor. He's like, oh, like, wow, like you have an OF. And I was like, yeah, I'm posting all of my music videos. I had a music video that I had just shot that I didn't release yet. I was giving like my supporters and like my family and stuff a first look at that music video. None of my music videos were explicit or anything. Yes, I was definitely cursing and stuff, but none of my music videos had nothing crazy in it. So then I get a new subscriber. My family, they're really, really good about supporting my music. This was not uncommon. I didn't find this weird. I was actually like, oh my gosh, I'm getting another subscriber. There was only like 5 things on there: the music video and like the behind the scenes of that music video. So he liked all of them, and then he inboxed me and he said, oh, I have a question. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, is this the only content that you post on there? And I was like, well, that's all the content I have on there for now. I'm getting ready to post some other behind the scenes from this other photo shoot that I just did. So I don't know when I'm going to upload it, but I'm going to upload that on there soon. Then I'm also shooting another music video soon, and that's going to be up there as well. So I tell him that, and he was like, oh, okay, that's it, LOL.
It sounds, by the look of it, man, by the sounds of it, it sounds like that pastor probably been on OF for a long time. Like, he know what really goes down on there. So this not his first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting, guys. Let me know if you guys agree, because from what she's saying and the way it's like, I'm not gonna say that look like she leading Buddy on, but it seems like Buddy already knew what OF was all about. So he asking her, what is there any other content that she, could possibly be posting? But let me know, guys, if you guys agree, guys.
I was like, yeah, mind you, I did not know that OF was turning into a P app. I was completely oblivious to it, and not only that, it was still on the rise. Like, it wasn't predominantly that yet, and if it was, I had no clue, because I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm reading his message like, yeah, that's it. Like, what do you mean? I'm thinking he's about to give suggestions about other type of music content that I could put on there or something like that. But he comes out and say like, oh, you ever thought about doing any other type of content for her? And I was like, any other type of content like what? At this point, I'm starting to say, surely he's not talking about that. Surely he's not talking about that. There's no way he's talking about that. So I'm just in denial right now, because like I said, he is in the family. This man watched me grow up, and my siblings and him and my daddy at one point was like this. Also, like I said, we did up and stop going to this church out of nowhere, and we joined a different church. My parents, they never told us why. They never told us what happened. We kind of knew something happened, but they never told us why we stopped going. Remember that, because it's going to be important later. It was like, LOL, you know what content I'm talking about. Nobody wants to see the content that you have on there. See, now. Like,
that shows it, man. That says a lot. Buddy knew what he was talking about. Hey, I don't know if this broad acting as if she don't know, she's being oblivious that she don't know what the hell Buddy was, asking in return. But hey, I don't know, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hearing this. Allegedly could be true. But that pastor, one thing for sure, you could tell that, you know, this was not his first time, you know, going on OF. So he was looking for something, you know, pretty much more than what she was posting on there. So that tells you, man, this one freaky deaky ass pastor, you know what I'm saying, should be ashamed of himself. But let me know, guys. Go ahead and let me know. Share your thoughts in the comments.
Who's gonna subscribe to see that? So I'm like, I didn't know how to respond, but at the same time, I didn't want to run with a narrative where I think he's talking about something and maybe he's not. So I didn't accuse him of anything. I just left the message alone. I didn't respond to it. Then he double texted me like an hour later, and he said, oh, I could pay you for the type of content that I want to see. Right there, I'm like, he's definitely talking about what I think he's talking about. I still wasn't running with it because I didn't have proof. He didn't come out and say that. And if anything got out, I knew that he could deny it. Because back then, the church folk that he had surrounding him were like die-hard churchgoers who would back him up to the ends of the earth. If I ever would have came out with this, I would have had to have severe, concrete audio and video proof of this. That's how deep they was going.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though, man. I'm a church boy, you know what I'm saying? I love church myself, man. I'm a big, you know, I'm a member of a church. And hey, what she says has some truth to it, man. Because, you know, there's some people in the church, man, like they'll vouch for them, man. Like they can't do nothing wrong. And I look at man as every other man. You know, man is liable to sin for it. We all have come short, you know, of his glory. You know what I'm saying? And hey, she ain't lying. You know, some church folks, boy, they put their faith in a man. So it seems like there's some truth to what she's saying, guys. Let me know, guys, if you guys agree, guys. All right, share your thoughts. Let me know.
Like, what type of content are you talking about? And then he says, I want to see you naked. Wow. Literally said, did you mean to send me this? And he was like, yeah, LOL. And I was like, do you know who this is? This is Blank's daughter. I said my father's name. He was like, yeah, I know who this is. I know who this is, LOL. Like, I just want to see some content of X, Y, and Z. He then started being descriptive with the type of content he wanted to see and even made an offer to see me in person. And so I was like, so you know that this is Blank's daughter? And he says, yeah. And I was like, this is Shawnee, like little Shawnee. And he was like, yeah, I know you is. You ain't no little girl no more, LOL. I immediately...
That's one freaky deaky ass pastor, boy. Hey, that tells you, man, one thing for sure, man. I could bet you any amount of money, bruh. He was been watching her. You know what I'm saying? He been had his eyes on her. You know, it just, I guess she got to the, you know, a legal age where he was willing to put down on her. You know, but hey, real talk, you can't trust nobody. I don't trust no man. I have 2 daughters, and hearing things like this, really, man, like it make you like really wonder what you would really, you know, what a man would possibly would want to do, you know, if I was to ever to be put in that situation. But man, it's crazy. We live in a crazy world, guys. Don't trust nobody, even if they say they kinfolk, church folks. Don't trust them. But let's get back to the video, guys.
Called my father immediately called my parents. And when I got them on the phone, I was crying because I'm like, there's just no way that this man who's supposed to be family, who literally saw me grow up, like, dude, like, you baptized me and my siblings. You were in my house. I used to spend the night at his house with his daughter. I'm like, wow, like, you really is a creep. Both of my parents was livid, but they also had this side in their voice where they weren't surprised. I was like, why kind of sound like y'all not that surprised? Like, of course they was extremely mad, but they wasn't that, like, surprised. We're still talking on the phone, and I go back to the messages because I'm like, oh, nah, I need to show them proof. Of course, the messages are gone. All you see is everything he ever said unsent. I had no proof, but of course, my daddy and my parents, you know, they believed me. Of course, they're not those type of parents. They believed me. That's when I got the explanation on why we really left the church. Something else actually transpired after it came out. The story gets worse.
But video ended, guys. But man, That's one hell of a story, man. Bruh, like I said, guys, hey, you can't trust nobody. I don't care, kin folks, friend folks, church folks. But let me know, guys. Share your thoughts. But let's run to the comments, man. This lady said I need part two, cause what? Hey, for real, man. I'm pretty sure there's a part two, but I haven't even seen part one, so I didn't even jump into it. But if y'all really would want a part two, go ahead and put it down in the comments. Let me know, man. Somebody put, I don't blame you, to be honest. It's so hard to find a good church these days, which is so true, man, which is what give these churches a lot of, good church a bad rep. Like I said, I'm a church boy, you know what I'm saying? I'm a church man. I love my church, man, and I love me some church. But guys like this, like these, that give church a bad rep, man, and, snakes. Somebody said, Will Harper said, beware of these false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are they are raveling wolves, in Matthew 7:15. Yes, sir. Amen to that. Amen to that. Guys, man, for real, man. And you know what really upsetted me, I am not gonna say upset me, but what what really kind of rubbed me, I find to be, awkward, is the fact that it seems as if her parents, they knew that Buddy was a creep. You know what I'm saying? They knew that. It's like they somewhat knew that he was a creep, because she said they was not really all that, upset about, what Buddy did, what he wanted to do. But, that's crazy though, man. That's crazy. But this is the kind of world that we live in, man. Hey, the Bible says, all men, have come short, have fall short. So I don't put none of these pastors on no pedestal, because they all men at the end of the day. Hey, they all got something, they all thing rise up. You know what I'm saying? They get turned up. You know what I'm saying? When they get turned on. So I'm a man myself, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, you should hold somebody accountable, you know what I'm saying? Especially for, a man that should be really actually speaking life into people, and find this ironically, crazy, but that this man, he was like family to her, she said. Watch her grew up, and like I said, he was been watching her, if you ask me, man. He was been watching her. He was been trying to, he just found, he noticed that she was of the age of where she's legally, she's legal out here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just sad though, man. So man, guys, don't trust nobody. Let me know, share your thoughts, and let me know if y'all guys would want the part two. Put it down in the comments. But if you enjoyed this message, if you made it to the point of this video, once again, it's your boy Les, and welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already, consider subscribe to the channel, man. Give this video a like. You'll be doing me a favor, and at the same time, you'll be helping me out. And if you haven't already, hit that notification for your boy, man. And if you got me, I always like to leave you with peace, love, and God bless. Love you guys, and Jesus love you best. Jesus is Lord, and let's get it. Peace.